we live in a world kind of like where changing who you are is more accepted than accepting who you are. So I just want to be a true example of a person that accepts herself 100% and never changed who she was, and never in my life got any money from a man, never asked him for money. Yeah, I could, but then I feel like that comes with expectation, and I can't put a price on my womb. You can use your wisdom instead of your womb to get you wherever you want to be in life. I want a person to look at me and love me for who I am, not for what I could be. Because at the end of the day, when we get older, we might not look as good. We might be a little wrinkly. We might be, who knows?
Welcome to the Rich and Unemployed Podcast Uncut. I'm your host, Jonathan Dupaton, aka Finesse. And before we get started, make sure you guys check out the website, get you some merch, www.richunemployed.net. Check out the Patreon, www.patreon.richunemployed. I have a very interesting situation. Interesting situation here. Introduce yourself.
My name is Shayla. I am a poet. I am a physical trainer. I teach people how to build credit, business credit, personal credit. Two-time All-American track and field. And I'm a business owner. I got my own online clothing boutique. But I like to refer to myself as a divine energy disciple. That's what I like to refer to myself as.
Never heard that one before. Divine Energy Disciple. Explain that.
So divine means of God. So divine energy disciple is just someone of God that leads with great energy no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing. Great energy will be in the building, sent from God. So you don't have to worry about it being fake. You don't have to worry about being because of the world. My energy is 100% from God, and I lead with that everywhere I go. So divine energy disciple. Disciple just meaning I'm committed to God, with my energy, with everything that I do. So, divine energy disciple.
Is it more disciples? Is it more of you guys?
You're a disciple. You're a divine energy disciple. You might not have that label or give yourself that label, but anybody that leads with positivity and great energy is a divine energy disciple.
How you know I lead with positivity?
'Cause I could see you. I could feel you.
Feel me.
I could feel you without feeling you. Your presence speaks for itself.
Tell me more.
So when somebody has great energy, it's a feeling. It's nothing else but a feeling. And if you're another person that can read energy, you can just pick up on that. Someone that has divine energy, you feel safe in their space. You don't even have to know them. You feel safe in their space. You feel safe communicating with them. You feel safe trusting your energy with theirs, and that's how you know that it's divine. When you don't feel any you don't feel anxiety, you don't feel stress, you don't feel you just feel comfortable with someone else's energy. So you know how you can be around some people and you can be like, oh no, I gotta get the fuck away from them. Like they don't feel right. Everybody doesn't have that intuition, but I think if you really dig deep, you can find that intuition and you can find that discernment, and you can be able to recognize when somebody's energy is good. That helps you kind of avoid a lot of pain, a lot of trauma, because you can recognize it. Now it's a choice if you choose to be around it or not.
I feel like I've gotten stronger with being able to read energy and people. I don't know when it started, but as of lately, like I can read someone. I can feel them, whether they're good, bad. It's I can't even describe it. And I think it's because I'm more tapped into like frequency, and um, I think eating right has a part to do with it. Like my mind and my and my spirit is not clogged.
Mm.
I think that when you eat a certain way, when like you do certain drugs, when you feeling your mind or you with like TV and stuff like that, you're distracted and like your senses are off and you can't. And that's why some people can't, because we're naturally supposed to. I feel that.
Right.
And since I've been like cleansing myself with like the only distractions that I really have is like Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
but like food, I'm not eating like bad food, meats, sweets, alcohol, no drugs. Shrooms are not drugs. Um,
Right.
I just began stronger.
Yes. And that's what will happen.
Hmm.
Because sometimes those toxins that we put in our body clog our mind, just like you said. So we can't recognize those things and we can't feel those things that we need to feel. When we're on Instagram, when we're on Facebook, when we're on TikTok, we're taking our attention from what we're supposed to be doing in our lives and putting it to someone else's life. And that's stopping us from reaching our full potential. So you're 100% right. Drugs can do that. Food can do that without you even really paying attention. And next thing you know, you're a walking zombie. You know, you can't feel, you can't sympathize, you can't empathize, you can't relate, you can't be human. You know, you got a lot of. So I think the more you tap into, I mean, some people call him God, but I call him Yahweh because I feel like that's like me saying, "What's up, Justin? How you doing today?" And you're like, "What the fuck? My name is not Justin. My name is Jonathan." Um, God or whatever you want to call him, his name is Yahweh. And I think when you pray and you call a person by their name, that's a deeper relationship that you're forming, you know. So I'll refer to God, I will say Yahweh, but there's, simultaneous. For me, I'm going to refer him to as Yahweh because we have a personal connection. You know, so when you get deeper into Yahweh and getting deeper into, kind of limiting distractions, whether that be people, whether that be food, whether that be drugs, whether that be sex, you'll be able to tap into who you're really supposed to be, and not who the world is making you become.
Yahweh is not his only name.
No, he has many names.
Hmm.
Yeah, but for me, like I said, that is who I connect with. That's the name that I connect with. Sometimes I call him God. Sometimes I just be like, bruh. Sometimes I be like, nigga. For real, like, because I think the more that you develop a personal relationship, you can really refer to them as whoever you like. But for me personally, I just don't want people to get confused. Like, who is Yahweh? Like, who is this person referring to? I want them to know that I'm talking about God, you know. And I live in the number one atheist place in the world. And I talk about God all the time because that's why God has me there, to be a disciple, to speak about him. And people listen, you know.
Atheists, people just don't believe in God.
Yeah, you don't believe in God. Really, you don't have like any God, So that means, to me, if you don't have any God, you don't have any fear, right? Because if you're not scared about what's going to happen if you kill somebody, you're not scared about the repercussions of that, then that's a dangerous person to be around. Someone that has no fear or someone that has no belief in another power, you know.
Let me say, atheists, are they just blatantly speaking out about it, or is just a thing? Like, I know the episode is getting really good. Before we dive any deeper, I need to get into the sponsor for this today's episode. Being an entrepreneur, creating and maintaining a business is tough. We all know this. There's 1,000 other people that's grinding just like you. What I'm getting at is you don't have to do this alone. Did you know that there's a morning call every day, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern? It's called the Morning Meetup, made for you. It's created by David Shands, the top entrepreneur who built multi-million-dollar businesses. Yes, you heard this correctly. This is a group made by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. Do you feel stuck? That means you need to get into the room with high-level entrepreneurs. Get in the room. Basically, if you're tired of holding your own weight and it's entrepreneurship, you need to join www.themorningmeetup.com. Join, connect, grow. I'll see you guys there. It's back to the episode.
It's kind of just a thing. I remember my first day in class when I was living in Oregon. First day in class, somebody said, God is not real. Like, that God is not real. Like, how can you believe in someone that says that they just do miracles? Like, that's not real. Like, and I just never heard that before. Atheist meaning You don't have a belief in a higher power. No matter if you're a Muslim, no matter if you're Christian, Buddhist, whatever, you don't have any belief in a higher power. Like you don't believe that when you die there's a heaven or a hell. You don't believe that miracles happen from God. You don't believe in that.
You believe in heaven?
I believe that we all are reborn. Heaven or hell. I think we live on hell. I think this is hell. I think if you make it out of this, then you go to another realm, another world. But I believe that we're living on hell. If you think about the things that we consume, if you think about how crazy and how demonic and how painful it is to live in a world like this is hell to me. I think I feel like it don't really get any worse than this. When we think about hell, we think about burning and fire and all of this, but we do all of the most demonic things on earth. From the things that we eat, to, like I said, to sex, to not having discipline, to being able to scroll on your phone and see somebody being shot and be desensitized to that. That to me is, hell. So I commend every single person that wakes up every single day and chooses to be alive.
I think that there's heaven and hell here because it's really what you make it. Some people live in hell. Some people can't get out of it. But if you put yourself in a position to live in heaven, you can be in heaven. You can live free as a bird, happy as a bird. And if you live inside this matrix, because really, what's happiness, right? What's heaven? You can't look at it as riches or monetary, because it's people that haven't been colonized. They're living happy, right? They don't know they don't know technology. They don't know nothing of this world. And what do they know? Do they think that it's hell? Do they think like, they're not witnessing what we're witnessing? I think that you can make heaven out of this world. You can be in hell. And I think when we die, we're reincarnated. Because it only makes sense. If I was watching something today, it was some interview, and basically they were saying that things that we create in our mind already exist. So like in a video game, when we die and we get to start over, and we start a new life and try again, and then we die, and then we try again. That's we didn't just come up with that. That's something that's already embedded in us, and that's just how life works. But if you look at plants, they recreate, they die, and they recreate, and we're no different from plants. We have the same organisms, I think, cells, like dirt.
Right.
So like God don't make any mistakes. Like you have to be able to recognize what life is. That might be too deep for people.
No, I believe you. Like you said, we create our own reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, heaven and hell could be strictly in the mind, strictly what you believe, and everybody's heaven and hell is going to be different. That's why I don't judge anyone that says that they believe this or believe that, because that's your life. That don't have nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with me. I can't control how you think, and I'm not living in your brain, so I can't tell you how to think. I can just only tell you what I believe and what has gotten me to where I am and why I think the way that I do. But that doesn't mean that it's going to apply, and that doesn't mean that I should judge you because you have a different belief. That's your life. Live your life to the fullest of whatever makes you happy. Whether that be believing in God, whether that be not be believing in God, whether that be believing in yourself or not. It's really a choice.
I seen something else that was very interesting that I haven't looked into. Right, it was saying that Satan, we have the wrong idea of Satan. Satan was put here as the god of this world, and I can't remember all I can't remember like verbatim, but I don't know. It was so weird, and it made sense. It made a lot of sense. Not that I should worship Satan, but we actually do worship Satan, and I think that a lot of people worship Satan and they don't know it.
Right.
But I'm gonna look more into that. I can't even really speak deep on that because I don't know. But it made so much sense, right?
Right.
And I think it's a lot of things in this world that we really just don't understand, especially when it comes to religion, because like if you were raised as a Christian and that's all you know, and it's hard for you to question things. You don't want to question things. You don't want to go against the Bible. Like, well, is this right? Is this correct? Like some people are just afraid to do that. And I watched this movie last night with Will Smith and Emancipation. And if you really read between the lines, like the slaves were praying like to Jesus, and they felt like God was gonna, God or Jesus, I think it was Jesus, that was gonna come back and save them from this.
Right.
And it was like they made whoever made the movie, directed the movie, they made you understand like what the masters did to the slaves. Like they put this book on them and made them believe that this is what it is. And because we live off hope, right? If you give them, if you I'm gonna teach you this, and believe in this, and this is what's going to save you, right? You're going through all this, and there was a guy in the movie. He was like, well, if 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 you believe in God so much, then where he at now? Why are we going through this?
Right.
Where was he when we was getting captured and beaten? And where was he?
Right.
Where's your Jesus?
Right.
And I don't know. I think half of the world is brainwashed. Not saying that you shouldn't believe in a religion or Christianity is wrong. I mean, you could believe what you want to believe in, but I think people should question everything. I question everything.
Right.
Everything that's put in front of me, I got to question it because who knows what's real? Even the news, like I used to believe like the news was real. Then I had to think like, this is straight bullshit because it's nothing positive on the news. You might get two things on the whole hour that's positive, and everything else is like somebody got killed, murder, war. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
death. I had to stop watching the news.
Yeah.
Some people live for the news,
Yes.
not even understand like you're causing negativity in your life because if that's all you see, if that's all you think that's what's going on, if I'm watching this for an hour, I'm like, damn, like it's crazy as fuck outside. Right? It's crazy as fuck outside. Like, damn, every minute somebody's getting robbed and killed.
Right.
Every moment of your life, you're gonna be thinking like, this is what's gonna happen to me.
Right.
And I understand that. So I don't watch that shit. I don't need to know what's going on out in the world.
Right. Right. And then say you wake up in the morning and that's the first thing that you see. That's so much negativity as soon as you wake up in the morning. That's why same thing like when you get up in the morning and you on your phone. Man, that's just so much negativity. Ain't no telling what you can see when you get on your phone in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So I try to make it a point to not, like my first 10 minutes of the day is just me being thankful, being grateful to be
Yeah.
able to see, to be able to walk, to be able to taste, to be able to run, to be able to, because that's a blessing that everybody in this world is not getting the opportunity to do. So instead of starting my morning off with negativity, I just start my morning off with pure gratitude. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Like, because my life could be so much different. You know what I'm saying? But God allowed it to be this way. So, I mean, I think if you start if you have more gratitude, the more blessings will come. If you have gratitude for the small things, the little things, being able to breathe, being able to see, you know what I'm saying? Like that's big.
It is.
That's huge. You know what I'm saying? Being able to be handsome,
Yeah.
that's a blessing. I ain't got a lot. I mean, God bless them people, but everybody ain't blessed like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it is relative. Beauty is relative. Handsomeness, gorgeousness, all that's relative. So believe in who you are and look in the mirror and know that you are more than enough. But society has a standard. You know what I'm saying? And everybody is not blessed to fit into those standards. And fitting into those standards gets you places that not fitting in those standards kind of doesn't. So that's a blessing in itself. Thank you, God.
I think that I made myself attractive. I think I always been. I looked good in some way, shape or form, right? But I used to. I kind of just made this reality for me. I think everybody can do the same thing. Like I made, because nowadays like people be like, women, like you fine as hell. Like where did that really come from? I made I made people believe that, or I made myself believe that first, and then now people started believing it.
Right.
I think everybody got that power for real. You can really just. It's hard to explain, but you create your own reality,
Right.
and whatever you believe, people will believe as well.
Absolutely. I believe that 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I believe whatever you believe is what you will exude. That's what you will walk around, and that's what people will see.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter if somebody think that I'm ugly. I think I'm the shit. So I'm not thinking about what you think. I'm not even thinking that I'm ugly
Mm-hmm.
because that's not even my own. That's not even in my reality. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's relative. What is beauty? Beauty is all in the mind. I can't tell God, you made me ugly. What? That's doing God a disservice. Why would I say God made me ugly? Why would anybody say that God made them ugly? God made you uniquely, perfectly how you were supposed to be. Exactly how you were supposed to be. But you have to believe in your mind that you're beautiful or that you're handsome or that you're enough. You have to believe that. You can't let an app dictate what you think about yourself. Like,
What person?
yeah, or people, you know what I'm saying? Like, same. Created this reality for myself as well. I'm a beautiful woman in every way possible. Not because this is what the world tells me, but this is what I told myself. And I don't care who doesn't believe that. That's not my job to change your mind.
Somebody told me the other day I was a 5.5. And I didn't really take offense to it. I mean, I was like, okay, well, I think they were serious. I don't know if they were serious or playing, but it's like, okay, well, I'll be that.
Right.
If you think I'm a 5.5, then cool.
But you're a 10 to you. And you're a 10 to whoever else sees you
I
as
think
that.
like a 9 point something. I don't really don't think I'm that. I don't think I'm that attractive. I think I'm okay looking. Like I know how to make myself look good, but I don't think I'm just like the finest person in this world. 'Cause that'd be, a little far fetched.
I don't think that's far-fetched at all.
The finest person in the world.
I mean, to the right person, you'll be the finest person in the world.
That is true.
I mean, it's just like who you want to be the finest person in the world to everybody in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, then we gotta think about just being real with ourselves, because to somebody so you're gonna be ugly, to somebody you're gonna just be the finest person in the
It's
world.
true.
It just depends on who that person is, and I don't want to be the finest person to every person in the world. Personally, I don't.
Hmm.
That comes with a lot of headache and a lot of distractions. I want to be the finest person to whoever the finest person I'm supposed to be the finest person to. Not trying to appease everybody. I'm not gonna be everybody's cup of tea. 100% all natural is not everybody's cup of tea.
Hmm.
That's not the world that we live in today. But to the right person, I'm gonna be that and more. So I'm not worried about being a 10 to everybody that see me. You know. So the person thought you was a 5.5. Thank you, girl, or thank you, sir, for thinking I'm a 5.5. I don't gotta worry about you.
They still like me. That's the crazy part.
That's crazy as
I
hell.
think they was just playing because
Oh,
for them to like me,
right. What they say about you? You liking 5.5s? That's your standard.
it's my personality.
Oh, that's what you think.
Hmm.
Okay, so you think the 5.5 mixed with the personality makes it a 10.
Maybe to her.
Okay.
I think without knowing my personality, like you think I look good, but I think getting to know me, I look better,
Mm,
feel better.
mm,
I make people feel good.
mm. How so?
I don't know. I think I always been this way, right? I always like was able to make people like me, and I kind of like adjust to people,
Mm.
depending on the person. I just adjust to them. I really like pay attention. I um I just figured them out.
Mm.
Not that I'm like a facade. I just appeal to that person. Like I know what makes you laugh. I know like what makes you smile. I just become that.
Mm.
Some people I'm not funny to. Some
Mm.
people I am.
Right.
Some people I can make laugh. Some people I can't. It really just depends on the energy that I get from the person.
Mm.
I can make anyone like me. Majority of people.
Right.
Hmm.
But do you want everybody to like you?
Mm-mm. It's a power that I've learned to like contain.
Yes.
Yeah, cause
It's a powerful power to
it
have.
is.
You know, it really is. When you can be just an entertaining, amazing person to every person that you meet, that's a lot, and that could become draining sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because now everybody is expecting you to be this person at all times when we're all human. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? But it is also a superpower. You know, so say like you have this platform and say this is not all you want to do. Say God has for you to just talk to people on a whole nother level, like go out and speak to people, big groups of people. That's going to be something that you need. That's a superpower that you need to be able to connect with all people. But even superheroes got to take off the cape, you know what I'm saying, and be real, you know. So I think we got to learn how to utilize that power, you know. But it is a superpower. Everybody doesn't have that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's also something to be grateful for. The opportunity to be able to relate to all people and to make everybody feel comfortable no matter who they are, you know, no matter what background they're coming from, no matter, you know, how much money they got, making everybody feel like their presence is important. That's a gift.
Do you feel like you're a god?
I do. I feel like we all are gods in a way. It's just not until you tap into that energy, until that frequency, that you can really hold yourself as that. I grew up in a Christian home, so I would never at when I was younger say I'm a god, cause what the hell, like who am I to say that I'm a god?
Mm-hmm.
But as I grew up and as I just started learning more about myself and learning more about God, I realized that we all are gods. It's just we have to develop our mind to believe that. We have to, then the way that you walk is of God. The way that you treat people is of God. The energy that you exude is of God. Yes, we all are gods, but everybody hasn't tapped into that yet, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Mm-hmm.
You a God?
I got a tattoo on my neck.
Would you say God?
The God.
Ooh,
The God.
yeah.
Um,
It's a powerful title to have, but if you believe that, that's what it is, you know? I really believe that. A god, a goddess, however you want to put it, yes.
so you Christian?
I am, I wouldn't give myself a title. I really wouldn't. When I was younger, I would say, yes, I'm a Christian. Now, I wouldn't give myself a title of what my religious belief is. Like, I'm a believer of God. I'm a believer of spirit. I'm a believer of energy. And whatever that makes me, that makes me. I believe that miracles happen. I believe that blessings happen. I believe that I believe in energy. That's what I really truly believe in. I believe that you can manifest whatever life that you want, whatever life God has for you. You can create your reality and make that a real thing. I wouldn't, and I don't know how to define that. I don't know if that's a Christian. I don't know if that's a Muslim. I don't know if that's a Buddhist. I don't know what a Hinduist. I don't know what that is. I just know that that's who I am, you know, and I've always been very spiritual since I was a little girl. But it's just now that I'm a woman, I have the choice to decide what am I, you know, but I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't give myself a definite title of what my religion is. really don't know.
Nothing. I take a piece from everything that I've learned. I haven't learned much, but throughout life, I'm just a believer. I believe there's a higher power, and I think when it comes to God, I don't think it's a, like the name that people give him. Like when you say God and we say Yahweh, like it kind of seems like it's a like it's a form of a person, and I think it's just an energy, like Mother Nature. That's God.
Yeah.
It's just an energy. It's just what is, and we're part of that. Like we're in the because this right here, this body is just flesh. This is not who we are. It's like what we are. It's like what we are right now.
Right.
Because once we die, like who knows where we're going and how we're gonna be. This is just a shell,
Right.
so it's not a person. I don't know at what point in my life I started but I started transition. I started just thinking. Like if you really just sit and think, a lot of things don't make sense,
Right.
and It's hard for people to fathom that.
Because then that takes using your mind. They say 70 to 80% of the people in the world don't use their brain.
That shit. They say we don't use 80%, 90% of our brain.
Right. So just think about how much energy and how much belief it takes to believe what you're saying right now. A lot of people would rather not know. It's sometimes people feel like it's power in the unknown, not knowing. I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to know what's going on with the world. I don't want to know what's not going on with the world. I don't want to believe. I don't want to not believe because that just takes the headache away from me. So the people that do believe and the people that can remove the fog, those are powerful people because it's not easy to do. It's easy to be one with the world. It's easy to do what everybody else is doing. That takes no effort. But when you have to make a conscious effort to be your best self every day because you believe that you're a God, and how do gods move? Gods move in the best way that they can every day. Gods lead with great energy every single day, whether they are trying to or they're not. Like gods are conscious of other people's feelings and how what they do are going to make other people feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Gods provide guidance and leadership, and everybody doesn't want to take that position. That's a powerful position to have. Being a leader is not easy. You know?
It's not. I've been a leader all my life.
Yeah. Same, it's a lot, but heavy is the head that wears the crown. You know what I'm saying? So much to whom much is given, much is required. When you take on that position and you say that you're a leader and you say that you're a God, you gotta move. You don't got no days off. Ain't no days off. Ain't no days off. Even on your hard days, you still ain't no days off. Even on the days when you just wanna relax and just be free, ain't no days off. There's never any days off. You're always working, and that could be a lot. It could be a lot, but it's necessary.
I believe that. I always feel like that. I'm gonna make a day off though. Some days I just listen. I'm not picking up the phone.
Right.
I don't want to talk.
Yeah.
I have to just decompress from everything.
Yeah. No. I have many days like that. When I say no days off, I mean like no days off as far as you being a good person.
Yeah, being here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. But oh yes, yeah. I find so much power and so much peace in being by myself. I love it to the point to where when I go by other people, I'm like, sheesh. I love being by myself. I just love it. I don't gotta be nothing. I don't gotta have no task. I don't have no job. I just could be me. I could just relax. I could just be whoever God made me to be. I do like being around other people because I understand that God gave me a gift to provide great energy. So I understand that that's needed. But I also love being by myself. I love my solitude. I love not being able to look into someone's eyes and read their energy. That's a lot. That's a lot. I don't want to be doing that every day. But at the end of the day, it helps me limit a lot of distractions if I can look at you and know you're no good for me, I can't be around you. And if I choose to be around you, then that's what does that say about me? What does it say about the love that I have for myself? And I think we're all able to look at people and tell who they are. We just have to tap deep, deep, deep down, and
Mm.
we'll be able to unlock that superpower.
Tell people how you got here.
I got here because actually I was scrolling on YouTube, and I saw an episode of Poor Minds. You were on the episode, and I just was really intrigued with the person that you was, with everything that you had to say, even how your responses to some things that were could make someone act out of character. You know, you just were just very even keeled the whole time, and I was like, like I saw the owl on your neck. I was like, let me see who this person is. That was my first time ever. This was like about 5 days ago now, maybe 6 days ago. I had never heard of you before ever. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, let me check out his videos. I'm watching the videos. I'm like, this person isn't talking about fuck bitches. This person isn't talking about anything negative. This person is really a person, a god. You know, and I don't view many men in that way at all.
Mm.
So then I follow you on Instagram. And then I see a video that you posted there of the lady that had the red bottoms poem. And I loved the poem so much that I was going to your page to look for more videos of this same woman. And I recognized, this person is going live. I'm getting ready for the gym, and I press the live, and the title of the live is Booty Call Hours. I'm like, oh shit, well, I ain't coming on here for no booty call hours at all, but maybe I could say a poem for him real quick, you know? So I type in the comments, can I say a poem for you? I request to go live. And as soon as I sit in my car to go to the gym, I see this little circle. I'm like, fuck, okay. Said the poem, and then I offered, I think I was like, if you ever need someone on your show that has something valuable to say, or another poet, you know, just let me know. And you were like, yeah, we'll have you on the show. Send me a DM. I'm like, for real? You're like, yeah. So I sent a DM. Long story short, nothing that gets responded back to the DM. And then I see that you're having this podcast Q&A. I'm in the making right now of starting my own podcast, and I was like, God said go, right? God said don't wait for him to read your message. Don't wait for him to fly you out if that's what he wants to do. Do not wait for that. Like, it's at this point, it's the ninth. The podcast on the 11th. God said, fly out, get in the room. Like, don't wait to get in the room. So I booked my ticket that same night. I get a ticket to the podcast Q&A, and I don't know what's to come of it. I don't know what God want me to do, but I got the ticket, got the flight, and I was talking to my cousin. I called her and I was like, girl, you would not believe what just happened. She was like, what happened? Told her the whole situation, and then she's like, Shayla, like, you're doing yourself a disservice by not providing your gift to the world. Like, you have to allow people to know who you are. If somebody go on your Instagram, they don't know nothing about you. They don't know nothing about you. You're doing yourself a disservice. She was like, you got to tell God what you want. Like, she was like, how do you pray? I'm like, I just be thankful. All I do is thank God. She's like, no, you have to tell God what you want, and he's going to make it come. So that night, I told God what I wanted, and fly out, go to the podcast Q&A, introduce myself, and here we are, you know? So I truly believe in the law of attraction. I truly believe that whatever you think that you can achieve, you can achieve. This is a true testament to that. I don't have hundreds of thousands of followers. I could. That's just not a life that I choose to indulge myself in right now. But I have to. I know that's what God wants me to do. I could, but God wanted me to do exactly what I did. God is the reason why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? 100%. This is the law of attraction. What I prayed for, I just told God to guide me. I told him I will. I kept saying I will. I will. Whatever you have for me, I will.
What did you ask God for?
I just told God what I wanted. I told God that I wanted to be a voice to the people that are voiceless. I wanted to be an example to women and men all over the world that whatever you believe, you can attract. I told God that's what I wanted. I wanted to just be his disciple. And I asked him to lead me in the way that he wanted me to be his disciple. Like, back home, everywhere I go, I just spread great energy, right? But God wanted me to do that on a different level. And I just told him that I'm ready. And that was I can't really recall the whole prayer, but that was my first time even telling myself what it is that I wanted. That was my first time ever telling myself what I wanted or what I wanted to do or what I wanted to be. I always knew that there was something that God wants me to do in a greater magnitude and speak to people and use my voice to enlighten and to be a voice to the people that are voiceless or the women in the world that that aren't that Instagram girl or that woman that's excuse my language, but fucking men to get money. Or that I wanted to be an example to those little girls, to those women, to those men, that you can grind and you can get it out the mud and you can become whoever you want to be. So I just told God to use me, in the way that he wanted me to be used. And that's what got me here right now. Nothing, I didn't do nothing major. I just followed. I literally just followed. A lot of the times I wouldn't follow. I think I was scared of my own potential because that requires discipline. That requires consistency. That requires, every single day being your best self. So I was scared of that. And then once I stopped being afraid of that, God just started opening doors. And this is one of the doors that he opened, just for me to be on here, just being an example to people. That you can manifest whatever life that you want if you believe. Whatever you want is attainable. So that's how I got here. I said a poem on booty call hours, a poem that has nothing to do with booty call, a poem that has nothing to do with nothing. You could have been like, girl, exit, this is not what this is about right now. We is not talking about black lives. We are not talking about royalty. We are talking about booty calls. That's what we're here for. But you didn't. Because God was working through not only me but you. You didn't even know.
I have a problem saying no. I told myself today, I'm gonna start saying no a lot. Just got to.
You got to. Can't always say yes.
Can't always say yes.
Can't.
Say yes a lot. And I'm always trying to help somebody. I'm always trying to look out. I'm trying to always make sure people good. Sometimes I don't like that about myself.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to be that person.
Yeah.
I don't have to be a savior.
Don't.
Find another way.
Yeah.
Because I get drained. Not saying this is the situation, but I do find myself saying yes too much. But this situation, I feel like I should. Because I don't know, some people just need opportunities. And I don't want to be that person where, well, just because you don't have a lot of followers, I can't. You might have a message for the world.
Right.
A lot of people, like, I don't, like, the way I do my show, it's really a finesse. Like, I'm using people to build the following. And like, sometimes it can't be real shit. It just can't, because some people, they ain't gonna understand. They don't pay attention to real. So I gotta give them a lot of bullshit.
Right.
Sprinkle in some real shit.
Right.
So it's not like I'm searching for real. I'm searching for what people want to hear,
Right.
not for what they need to hear. They'll get it later. Once I got the platform that I need,
Right.
I'm gonna direct them how I want to. But I don't know. I feel like I should. Um, I think that you showing up, because you never showed up, then it probably would never happened.
Right.
'Cause I lost your DM.
Right.
Like I seen it. Like when it comes to DMs, like I see a lot of DMs, but it's always DMs like somebody asking for something or requesting something or need something from me. So it's hard for me to respond at the moment, because here I am saying yes to everything. Oh yeah, sure, let's do this. Oh sure, let's do this. Oh, you need, oh. So I just read messages and I'll get back to it later. Sometimes I never get back to them because it'd be more messages coming in that
Right.
someone needs something or someone needs something from me, wants something from me. So I was like, damn, where the fuck is the message at? Because I really want to respond, because I'm a man of my word. I was going to definitely respond to him like, all right, let's set it up. Not this soon, but like, hey, maybe come in January.
Yeah.
And you showed up. I was like, you know what, damn. I'm glad you came, because I was never gonna find that mess. I don't know where it went. I swear I searched like, damn, I know it's right here.
Yeah, yeah.
It was right there.
Sometimes you gotta put yourself in a room, and you gotta believe in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta know that whatever's for you will be there, and you can't be afraid of rejection. Say how I would have approached you, and you would have been like, nah. I would have been like, all right. I wouldn't have been argumentative. I wouldn't have been negative about the situation because that wasn't for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way that you gotta look at things like that. And as long as you believe in yourself, and I know that's so cliche, but it's just real. That has gotten me to to where I am right now. You know, it got me to be a two-time track and field all American. Got me to be starting my own business, to be helping people, to be saying poetry. All of that is because I believed that I could do it,
Mm-hmm.
and I did it, and that's what happened. Like nothing was special about the situation in a way to where I did anything so outlandish to be here. You know, I just believed in myself, and I know that God has a message that He wants the people to know. Like we live in a world kind of like where changing who you are is more accepted than accepting who you are. So I just want to be a true example of a person that accepts herself 100% and never changed who she was, and never in my life got any money from a man, never asked him for money. Yeah, I could, but then I feel like that comes with expectation, and I can't put a price on my womb. So at the end of the day, I've really got it out the mud. And I really want to be an example to women so you can get it out the mud. You can use your wisdom instead of your womb to get you wherever you want to be in life. You just have to believe that. You know what I'm saying? And that's not speaking down on anybody that's using their body or whatever. Do what it is that fits your life. But I don't see a lot of people that's saying don't do that. I don't see a lot of people that doesn't have the BBLs and aren't rocking their real hair. I don't see that every day. I don't. So to the women that are in this in between limbo space, feeling like they have to, I'm gonna need you to know that you don't. You don't have to do that. That's a choice, you know. Because even when you get that BBL, you got to look in the mirror and be comfortable with the person that you see, you know, with who you are underneath all of that. I want a person to look at me and love me for who I am, not for what I could be, you know. Because at the end of the day, when we get older, we might not look as good. We might be a little wrinkly. We might be, who knows. I don't want to pray about myself because I feel like you can look good, whatever, however. You just got to take care of yourself. But I feel like when you get older, whatever the case may be, what you're gonna have is your energy. What you're gonna have when you grow old with someone is who that person is, not what they look like. So I think we need to spend a little bit more time connecting with people with who we feel are good for who we are, and not for what it looks like. Like, oh, this person looks good on my shoulder, I should deal with them. Like, this person has great sex, I should deal with them. Also, I'm not saying settle. Don't settle. I don't want nobody that ain't fine, and I don't want nobody that don't got great sex, and I don't want nobody that don't got knowledge to give, and I don't want nobody that can't lead. I'm not saying settle. I'm saying know what you want and be comfortable with who you are, and know that you will get exactly what you want without having to settle and without having to change, who you are. Yeah, we got to grow. Yeah, we all could become better, but don't change because somebody else made you feel like you have to. You don't have to do that. You don't got to finesse a nigga out of money. You don't got to do none of that. One of my jobs, I was a DJ at a strip club. I'm seeing women every single day. People coming up to me, oh my gosh, like, I know you're the DJ, but you can make so much money being on the pole. That's, with all due respect, that's not for me. And I have 100% respect for strippers, because if you can be your own product, there's nothing in this world you can't sell. So what I was doing in the club was asking them, if you could start any business that you wanted, what would it be? Okay, well, let's take this money and let's learn about credit, and a lot of my clients are for people in the strippers. That aren't strippers anymore because they just learned something different. You know what I'm saying? And I never had DJ before, but I told them I did. I finessed it, and I was a DJ in a strip club, telling people how to get out of the strip club, telling people how they don't have to do that no more if they wanted to. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was doing. I can't say it wasn't easy. It was hard being in the strip club knowing that I could do this and make a lot of money. But at the end of the day, like I said, I can't put a value on a price on my body. Like, that don't really sit well with me, you know. Even when it comes to sugar, I tried the sugar daddy thing. Niggas want sugar. I can't give you no sugar. I'm so sorry. Like, you could take me on a date. I'm like, fuck. It's a lot of expectation that comes with when somebody want to do something for you. I don't want to live up to that expectation. I don't want to have to owe you something because you did something for me. No, I can't do that. Like, I want to be able to talk to you today, maybe not talk to you for 4 weeks. That's what I want to be able to do. If I can't do that, then that's not the person for me. I don't want to fuck you just because you give me some money. I want to fuck people that feel good to me. I don't want to fuck just anybody. That's not my mission. That's not what I'm here to tell the world. You know? And that's the total opposite world that we live in. You know?
That was deep. That was deep.
No, it's real. We need. They say real. I see this all the time. Real women don't exist. Real queens don't exist. Like, y'all niggas is looking in the wrong spot, and y'all you look for the wrong package. That's the problem. That's the problem. They do exist. I heard all men cheat. That's not true. I've only been in one relationship my whole life. It was for almost 6 years. Nobody ever cheated. You can't tell me that that's the reality. That's not true. You know, it just depends on who the person is and who. You can't just allow anybody in your life. So I believe, like I said, I believe in anything that you say is not true. That's your life. Somebody cheated on you. Somebody cheated on a lot of people in this world. I'm sorry that y'all got cheated on. But that don't gotta be the reality. You know? And I think me not being cheated on makes me look at things in a different way. When I go into situations, I'm so sorry to say, I'm not jaded. I don't think, oh my gosh, this dude gonna cheat on me. And that's never been my reality. So all I have to give is true, genuine love. If you choose to do that, that's on you. But I'm not gonna take it personal and think that my value is less because you cheated on me. You were a slave of the flesh. That has nothing to do with who I am. You know, that doesn't devalue who I am as a person. But we live in a world where I understand how that can make you feel like you're less than. I understand how that can make you feel like you're not enough. I understand how that can make you want to change who you are. I understand that 100%. But I'm just letting you know that you don't have to. There's going to be somebody out there that loves you exactly for who you are. You can't settle, though. Can't settle. I'm not settling. I don't care if you got a whole bunch of money. If you ugly to me, I don't want to do it. If I just think in my intuition that this sex not going to be good, I don't want to do it. If I think that you can't guide me and lead me, I don't want to do it. And I'm not going to settle because I know I don't have to. I know I don't have to. You know, and I think everybody should have that mentality.
I do. I ain't selling for nothing. Not relationships, contracts, nothing at all. And that comes with knowing who you are. You gotta understand like how strong you are, what type of person you are, and what comes with you. Like, I understand that. I know me. Right. So why would I take anything less than what I deserve? There's no way.
There's no way. There's no way. In my whole life, cause I'm not, like I said, the relationship I was in was almost 6 years. I'm not looking to get into a relationship and think that this is about to be for 2 weeks. I'm thinking we about to rock this thing till the wheels fall off. That's what I'm thinking. So if I'm not about to settle just because, that don't make no sense to me. I don't want to settle. I don't want to spend dull time. That doesn't make sense. Like, I want every day to be a vibe in any way that it could be. Like, I want my person to be my person. You know, I don't want to have to settle, and I won't.
The person is out there.
So I'm single now.
You gotta have enough patience. Like, people asking me like, why you ain't got kids? And you should be having kids. No, I shouldn't. Why? Because society says I gotta have kids right now.
Right.
Because society says I gotta be married. I'm 33. No, that's y'all rules. I'll be 40 and single.
It's my mind.
Oh, you just want to be a hoe? It's not that. It's not. I don't want. I'm gonna do it when I'm ready. Like, people they be in a rush to just have somebody.
Right.
Just to be with anybody. Today's episode is brought to you by Rich and Unemployed Clothing. Listen, have you guys checked out the website? Have you guys copped some merch? You can do so while watching this episode right now. So if you haven't done so, go ahead. It's right there at the bottom. Go ahead, click, go to the website, go ahead and copy some merch. Man, we got these new hoodies in. We got headscarves in. We got hats. We got caps. We got the black and gold rich and unemployed cap. So make sure you guys tap in, grab some merch while watching this episode. Because listen, I'm giving it to you good. Wait, pause. All right, back to the episode.
Because they don't feel comfortable being alone. Living in the type of world where you have discipline, it could be lonely. It could be 100% lonely. Like and like you say, you can. Oh, you just want to be out here having sex. That doesn't have to be the case either. I haven't had sex in a very long time, and I'm single and I don't have no kids. But so because what I want, I know it's out there. I'm not settling, and I think when you remove those distractions, you get more clarity in other situations. Like I don't want to settle for a few minutes of pleasure. I don't want to do that.
Or mediocreness.
Man, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And I think if you know what you provide, you're not going to settle. You know, like, and I know what I provide, so I'm not settling. I think, but whatever man finds me is going to find an amazing thing in every single way possible. They're not going to have to settle. So why would I have to do that? You know, and like I said, I'm not going to be the person for every person. But for my person, he's going to think I'm the shit every single day. Not because of what I look like, but because of who I am, how he's going to be treated, how he's going to feel every day when he come home. You know.
When it comes to relationships, or when it comes to men trying to find what they want out of a woman, it's always like, well, I need somebody that's gonna help me, like, build with, and it's always like a monetary sense. But when I think of like the woman that's for me, because I feel like I'm so different, like I'm different from the average male. When it comes to me, like I need somebody that's gonna actually help me get to live the life that I feel like I want to live, right? When I say that, I say, well, I mean, like when it comes to eating. If you're not on what I'm on, like if you can't help me transitioning over to this life that I'm trying to live when it comes to food, I don't want to eat meat. I want to be able to eat like raw foods,
Right.
pure foods. And let's say you're not on that, then it's gonna be an imbalance between our relationship.
Right.
Either I'm gonna have to teach you, or you're gonna try to get me to convert over, or we're just gonna be two different people. And we learn from our partners. Like we exchange knowledge, we exchange energy. So if you're like this, that means it's gonna be hard for me to get to where I'm trying to get to. If I'm trying to like be the ultimate man when it comes to like learning different languages, I want to live out the country. I want to live very modest, right? I want to live rich as hell. Then I want to live modest as fuck.
Right.
Am I gonna have somebody that is okay with living in a fucking village, like with no fucking electricity when I'm living amongst the people that haven't been colonized? I won't do that. So if you're not into that, then I don't think I can't be with that person.
Right.
Right? It's so many things, right? Like I want to. Like sometimes I'm not gonna. I might not want to have sex for a year. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying I might, right? And it's like, well, no, I can't do that. Like I need some dick, and I'm trying to be my higher self. So like that's the one reason I'm just not in a relationship, because I don't need anybody like taking me off that track. I know what I'm trying to. I know what I'm trying to obtain. I know what I'm trying to conquer. I'm trying to conquer self first. That's the most important. Before you can conquer money, because you can get this money and still be all over the fucking place. You can get this money and still be evil inside. Still like lost.
Right.
Right? I want to fix me while I'm getting money, or before I get the money. I need to get to this level in life, because I'm trying to be the ultimate person. I need to be godly. And if I have anybody in my life trying to bring me down, try to level me out into like society, like you ain't on what I'm on. Like That's why it's so easy for me to. I look at women and be like, nah, I'm good. Just because you fine as hell, just because all these niggas want you because you got a big booty and you whatever the fuck the case is, I'm good. Like it's so easy for me to say no to women because, well, for one, I know it's abundance of women.
Right.
It's abundance of anything. Money. I'm okay to saying no to some deals
Right.
because money is there. It's always gonna be here. Women is always gonna be here. Friends are always gonna be here.
Right.
I'm okay with losing all of those, not having them, because I can get them again. I can get. It's a plethora of everything on this planet.
Right. Right.
So when it comes to choosing like a partner, like you have to choose a partner that aligns with where you're trying to get to in life. And everybody not on what I'm on. It's a lot of people not on what I'm on. Spiritually, mentally, sexually. Like they not I'm on a whole different path. Like you might think that I'm normal. Like you might think that I act this way.
Mm.
I act that way so people can resonate with me. I'm on some whole other shit. I'm using this to complete the mission.
Right. Yeah. I don't think you're normal at all. Like normal people don't say that stuff.
Mm.
Right. I think you just. I think for like I said, for everybody there's somebody, but and your person is gonna be able to see you. You know, you're not gonna have to say, or you might think that you're not gonna even have to speak and tell them what it is that you need or what you require because they're gonna understand those things. You know, like the true person that's 100% meant for you. And it might be many people, a couple women out here meant for you. It might not just be one woman that's meant for you. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I feel like if a person views you as normal, it's because they have normal eyes. Everybody doesn't have the same set of eyes. Everybody can't see the same things, you know. And everybody doesn't want to live a life where they're their best self. Like I said, that comes with a lot. Oh man, I'm gonna have to take away the things that I love to eat the most. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to take away sex. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to take away alcohol. Fuck, that's a lot. Nah, I think I'm gonna just be of this world.
At what point do you've been eating this food for so long, right? You've been eating chicken and beef and pork and what's what's wrong with like taking a step back from it?
Yeah.
You've been smoking weed for how long? We've been drinking liquor for how long? We've been fucking forever. Like it's so hard for people to just step away from it.
Yeah.
And once you understand your vices and become disciplined, that's when you start becoming like your higher self.
Mm.
But when you once you got these things that control you, because these things control you,
Mm.
you can't stop eating
Mm.
certain foods. What the fuck? You can't stop having sex. Like that's crazy. Like
Right.
why can't you? We are human beings. Like we control everything.
Right. But we have to understand that those things are drugs. Like they are drugs. So if you ever are addicted to a drug, yeah, it's hard to wean off that drug. Sex is some people's drug.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't do any drugs, but sex is their drug.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't drink alcohol, but toxic food is their drug. Some people don't eat bad food, but alcohol is their drug.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody in a way has a drug,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what it is, who you are. You know what I'm saying? So if you're telling a person, man, you got to strip all this stuff away to become your best self, man, you can't do none of this. What? I'm gonna have to not do what I've been doing for my whole life, and then what? With the hopes of me becoming something different? Nah, I can't see myself. I can't see a future in this. This doesn't seem like something I want to do. So I'm going to stick to what I know. I'm going to stick to what's been making me happy. I'm going to stick to what makes me feel good, makes my flesh feel good. That's what I'm going to do. It's easy. I see how people do it. When now people that don't do it, man, kudos to you. Because
Mm-hmm.
that is what's not easy. Having discipline is not easy. It's easy to fuck. It's easy.
It's easy to smoke a
That's
blunt.
it's easy.
It's easy to do a lot of
It's
things.
easy to get drunk. It's easy to go do hookah every day. It's easy to smoke weed. It's easy to fuck. It's easy to not have discipline. It's easy to not work out. It's easy to not exercise your mind. It's easy to not meditate. It's easy to not rely on the higher power. Those things are easy.
You need shit that's gonna challenge you.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no growth if there's no challenge.
There's no growth. There's no challenge. So true.
Like nowadays, I'm searching for a challenge. I want the challenge. Like, and I think God always kind of was building me up to become, to overcome all obstacles. I've been doing it since I was little, you know. And then running track was just a whole another thing where it was just like when you run track, it's just you. If you mess up, if you don't perform, you can't blame it on nobody else but yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So since I was little, I just been preparing myself to take accountability, 100% full accountability. You are in control of your own destiny. Nobody else is. You can't blame that on nobody else if you fail. You can't blame it on nobody else if you succeed. It's up to you. You know. And at no point in time is it too late. Sometimes we be like, oh man, like I didn't already did this. I didn't already fucked up hella times. It's too late. It's not too late. As long as you have breath, it's not too late.
It's never too late.
You know what I'm saying? Like you went to jail, came out, and created a life for yourself that you manifested in your head. I'm sure the person that you went in as is not the person that you are right now. It's never too late. Society might tell you that it's too late, but you believed in yourself and knew that I'm going to create the life that I want to create. Fuck what you talking about. Like, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do, and nobody can stop me. That's powerful, man. That is so powerful. They got people that ain't never been to jail that don't have that mindset. They got people that ain't never been through any adversity and don't have that mindset. You know? So I think sometimes we are so focused on reaching new heights and reaching new goals that we do not take time to celebrate those little wins. When I go to the gym, man, after I go to the gym, I'm celebrating. I don't care if it's me listening to a song. I don't care if my rewards are a little bit different. So I don't care what the reward is. Like I don't care if it's me cooking a meal that feels good and me cooking a meal that I'm eating dessert at the end of the night. It could be a healthy dessert, but every day I don't eat dessert, you know. So it could be little things, but I'm going to reward myself with every little thing that I do because that's how you rewire your mind to want to continue to do those things. And every reward could be whatever you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't have to be huge, but it still has to be positive. I can't reward myself with no wings because that's not a reward for me. I'm going backwards. I need to reward myself with the things that are still a reward that allow my body to now want to do these things. If I go to the gym, I reward myself with I'm making myself some dessert tonight, you know, a healthy dessert. Then my body like, man, let's do this again tomorrow because man, I want this dessert again. And every night is not going to be a dessert, but everything is different. Rewarding yourself is important because that's how you retrain your whole mind. You know, because your mind wants to do what feels good. So you have to train it to make even the things that don't feel good feel good.
Let's get a poem.
Oh, should I face this one?
Yeah, look in that camera right there.
We are royalty. Hear us roar. Systematic racism and oppression knocking at our door, barging their way in, too afraid to see us soar, too ignorant to know that we are not the black monsters they mistake us for. We are queens and kings, taken away from our place of serenity, forced to be slaves, beat, used, but never paid, psychologically enslaved, our culture taken away. What more must we say? Why are we constantly treated this way? Murdered, raped, used as clickbait, the system deciding our fate, all because a little melanin was sprinkled our way? Melanocytes protecting our skin every day so hatred doesn't penetrate? Or is it because of our shapes? Big butts, lil waists, hips that cause earthquakes when they shake, backs so strong and mighty that we carry the world to this day. We're tired of being killed by the very people sworn to protect. Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, Eric Gardner, Philando Castile, Jacob Blake, and Breonna Taylor were not threats. They were simply trying to live in a world rigged from the get. Do you know how hard it is to live in a world where your life means shit? Another death, another day, another black child whose parent has passed away at the hands of a cop who will be put on desk duty for just 5 days. When will this end? We're tired of the peaceful protest and marching. She will begin to take a life for a life, a sin for a sin, seen as a threat, not because of our appearance, but because of our resilience. See, it's not the color of our skin that they fear. It's the infinite power we possess despite being oppressed all these years, scared of what we can achieve, worried that one day we'll unleash the hatred that we've received. They're the real gangsters and thieves. I said, they're the real gangsters and thieves, stealing air from our bodies. We can't breathe. Thank you. That's what people need to know. Because they want us to believe that we're nothing. You know? But then that could be a mindset, right? I believe that we're something. If I'm a black person in this world, and my ancestors went through what I guess they say 400 years of slavery. If I'm a black person in this world alive today, that says a lot about my lineage. That says a lot about my ancestors. I'm a very powerful person to even be here today. To even be alive today makes me a powerful person. But the world is not going to tell you that you're a powerful person. You have to know that. You have to believe that. You know, you have to know that they don't hate you, they fear you. And they is not just meaning white people. They is all people that hate you because of the color of your skin. And that could be shit, that could be your own people sometimes.
True.
You know? So we just gotta believe that we're powerful, we're magnetic. We got gold running through our bodies. We got hair that defies gravity. You know what I'm saying? We're psychic. We just sometimes don't tap into that. But we're very powerful beings. We just don't have a lot of people speaking life to us, whether that be our parents because they're so busy trying to grind that they don't have time to speak life into us, you know, or whether that be our own selves, you know, not giving ourselves the opportunity to know that we're more than enough. You know, we live in a world that tells us we're nothing. If you don't have this, if you don't look like this, man, you're not nothing. I'm here to tell you that you're everything and more, just as you are, man. That don't mean don't do no work. That mean do work to become your best self, you know. And you could be whatever you want to be. You know? But you gotta be disciplined. God can't be letting everybody in your body. Women, please.
What do you tell young women that's lost? You know, that that's looking at society the way it is, and you know, like thinking that's normal, thinking that's what they have to do. Sex, changes to their body. What do you tell them?
I would tell them that the people that are doing these things don't even want to do them. I would tell them that we have created a world where these people, these influencers feel like this is a life. These celebrities feel like these are things that they have to do to appease to us, the audience. These people don't even want to do this. If you hear them, a lot of times they speak about how they wish they didn't have to wear makeup today. They wish they didn't get their body done at times. They wish they don't have to get their hair done every day. They wish they didn't have to be a puppet to the world. So I would tell these people to know that even the people that you're looking up to do not want to be that. Granted, there are some that do. But the real power is exactly who you are. You know, everybody is unique, and that is your superpower. So when you try to change your superpower, then what is super about you? What is special about you? If you're changing your superpower to blend in with the world, you know, I would tell them to hold on to their superpower. Hold on to what makes them unique. Hold on to what makes them special. Hold on to the things that they feel like society isn't going to accept. I would tell them to believe in themselves and know that they're more than enough simply as they are. You know? I would tell them that your womb is not for sale. Your dick is not for sale. Nothing on you is for sale. You are not a piece of meat. I would tell them to look in the mirror every day and love who you are. 100%. It might not be, you might look in the mirror today and not love who you are today, but do it every day. Look in the mirror and tell yourself one good thing that you love about you. Not what society will love about you, what you love about you. And don't make it physical. That's what I would tell them. That's what I would tell women. That's what I would tell men. Because it's power in knowing who you are. It's power in holding the things that God gave you sacred. Not letting everybody have a piece of you. I love being someone that everybody can't say that they had. That's a superpower for me.
I used to think that was cool. I used to think by fucking everybody, having sex with all the women, that was cool. Then I started to realize, like, my power. And if everybody can't say that they had you, but everybody wants you, that's power. I used to, but every nigga think like that. Every guy thinks that, it's about how many girls you can have sex with.
What do they think is cool about it? Like, what is the cool, like being able to tell people this or the act of doing it? Like, what is the cool
I think both people knowing, and then for your ego, knowing that I smashed this. Because it's just feeding your ego for real, or feeding the crave that you got. That's it, really.
And then afterwards, like, is there a value on these women? Do you value these women? Or did you ever value them from the beginning? Or was the value the pussy? Or that wasn't even valuable? And like, what changed you to think this way now instead of still be in that realm of thinking?
I think it started transitioning over when I started like eating right. It was just a process. Once I started like letting things go in my life, other things started opening up to me. But when I was a photographer, I was around a lot of women. So like before I was a photographer, I was trying a lot of women. Like I was having sex at 19, 20. I was having sex like a jackrabbit. And around 21, 22, 23, I started being around way more women. And I mean, I started reading books too. And what I got from the books was, you got to be exclusive. And then you got to use that power for something else. So as I'm around these women, I didn't want to be one of those guys like that. I didn't want to have that stain. Oh, he's just one of the niggas, one of the photographers that just have sex with women. Because if I try 10 of them, 6, 5 of go, but the other 5 would be talking shit about me. And then the ones I did have sex with, they probably still be talking shit about me.
Right.
So I didn't want to be one of them. I wanted to stand out amongst these other guys. And then I understood the power now. Like, damn, I get more out of not having sex with these women. Yeah, I'm going to get the nut if I do, but when I don't, I feel like I'm way more respected. Way more people want me. And that just kind of transitioned to now. Like now I know just not having sex, not even just sex with women, it's just not having sex, period. Like some women I didn't try back then. Now it's just, I don't have sex. And they used to say, like, I read this in a book, like as you get older, men become more successful at around the age of 40. And it's because like they have less sex. And that says something. Why is that? Because you're having less sex now and you're keeping your energy. You're not letting so much of you go. And now that I'm not having sex, well, of course I got more focus, but my power is within, and I'm not letting it go. And it's not that it's something that I can't even explain. Like it's something that I just know and feel. People might say like, "Oh, no, like you supposed to come or nut a certain amount of times." Somebody sent me like a sheet of like when you between the age of 18 and when you between the 16 and 18, you supposed to nut this how many times. When you're age 20 to 21, 20 to 24 or something, 25 to 28, 30 to 33, this is how many times you're supposed to nut. And I'm like, nigga, I don't even, who made this up? I'm supposed to believe this just because you sent this to me
Right.
and that it's in a book.
Right.
I know what I feel inside, and I know what it's doing for me. I know what I'm accomplishing. I know, like, now that I ain't had sex in like a month, right? I don't want to let this go because I know what I feel like, and I know when I let it go, I got to start over again.
Yes.
I got to build this shit back up.
Right.
I don't even want to. I be having urges to, but if I can fight that, if I can get past that want, damn, I just want a nut because I don't need the nut. I just want a nut. If I can get past that stage, all right, boom. Like let me use this energy for something else. Like the shit I be saying out my mouth, like I don't be knowing where it come from. When I go back and watch my videos, I'm like, God damn. But it comes from like within. I don't like they be saying like um the Holy Spirit be talking to me. Like not me, but like when people say that, like that's my Holy Spirit. Like that's what comes out of me. Like and I don't at the time when I be saying it, I'm conscious of it. But when I go back and I'm like, what the fuck? Where it be coming from? It comes from
Coming from the power that you didn't, you know, cultivated within yourself.
like when I'm on shrooms, right? Because on shrooms you could feel everything, and you're more open. When I nut on shrooms, I can feel it in my motherfucking fingertips. I
Wow.
can feel it in my toes. Like I can feel everything being drained. Like, cause when I like this, if you ain't had sex in a while, like you guys nut a lot. It ain't here in your nuts. It's in your body. It's in your brain. All that is getting pulled from you, and then exit out your penis. That stuff is in me. Oh man, I just read some shit. Well, no, I just listened to something the other day. Damn, what the fuck was that? Oh, I can't remember, but I don't know. But it was women, basically like the story of Virgin Mary, like how she, the story of her like being a virgin and birthing a child. Women were able to create semen in their bones, and that's how it was. A lot of women back in the day creating children without men by themselves. And like, how the fuck did they do it? It's because that they were so tapped into their spirituality and not clogged by the bullshit that they could create semen and get impregnate themselves. So that story of Virgin Mary, it just wasn't her. It was plenty more women. That was just one story. That lets you know how strong humans are.
Yes. Yes.
Self-sufficient. That's crazy though.
And I think they say 70% of women don't nut from having sex. So imagine how much power you're cultivating without even knowing it. How much you could, but you're allowing somebody's energy inside of you, and that's you're taking on a lot. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not nutting from this, 70% not nutting, and you're taking on a demonic type of energy or spirit, whatever this guy got going on, what is the benefit? Then I realized this ego is the benefit. You want to say that you had sex with this person.
Or it's just immediate gratification. You know you want to bust his nut, or you know you want this feeling.
But you're not busting the nut.
Well, you getting that feeling. You somebody's entering you, and it fit. I think it's more so intimacy too,
That's what I think that it is.
because I would rather like when I mention that okay, I lay with women naked, and they be like, but it's not that like I crave for sex. I crave for like intimacy. I could lay with women naked, and I just need to feel. I need to feel like skin to skin. I need to feel like a woman touching me, kissing me, or just someone's company.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need the act of sex. I don't need the stroke. I don't need the bust a nut. I just need the woman.
Mm.
I just need a person sometimes. It ain't,
Mm.
always about sex. I think a lot of guys confuse that. Like they don't know the difference between the two.
Right.
Sometimes they think they might need to have sex or they think they need to bust a nut. But it's really sometimes you just lack intimacy and you need that.
Mm.
And it's hard for them to separate the two.
Right.
But I don't know, like me, I'm just, the older that I'm getting and the more wiser that I'm getting, I could just feel it. I know what I need. I know what I want. And it's so strange. That shit's strange as fuck. Now that I'm thinking about it and talking about it, I don't really need sex all the time. I need affection. I need attention. I need the other chromosome, like a woman.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's crazy. I feel real godly in this all white.
You look real godly.
Thought I wore it.
Like you said, it's really not about sex. And I think some people, they say, I think the number one fear in the world is public speaking, right? Is or communicating it at all is a fear that people have, right?
Hmm.
So if that's a fear that we have, a lot of the times I can't communicate with you how I love you because I don't know how to do that well. I can't tell you how I love you. But maybe if I have sex with you, I can show my love for you through sex. Maybe I can convey the way that I feel from you through sex. That's why another reason why I feel like a lot of people have sex because they don't know how to use their words. They don't know how to seduce a person with their words. They don't know how to make someone feel good by speaking to them. But they don't know how to speak life into people. They don't. That's a gift. That's what you have to learn how to do. You know. So I think because a lot of people don't tap into that gift, sex is the gift that they are able to give someone because this is my only way to describe to you that I love you.
Hmm.
This is the only way that I could tell you that I love you. This is the deepest way that I could do that. By kissing you, by making you feel good. You know, because my words can't do it. I can't do it with my words. You
That's
know?
deep, and that's real.
Yeah. You can make people nut without having sex, without sucking no dick.
Hmm.
Everybody in this world, we have what's called erogenous zones. So that's your neck, your ears, your wrists, your feet, behind your kneecap, inside of your elbow, right? Your wrist. We all have those zones in our body, right? You don't have to have sex to make someone even nut. They don't have to nut outwardly. You can nut inside of you. There is something called quantum love. There's a book called Quantum Love. And it's just all based on basically energy. You know, like when you have a partner, having these different practices that you can practice. Eye gazing. So you sit down and you and your partner just gaze into each other's eyes for 20 minutes, 10 minutes, however long it says to do it for. And these different practices that you can do to build a certain type of energy between you and your partner. So when you're having sex, this sex is based not on physicality, but on energy. So this is a whole different type of sex that you're having, right? And when I realized that you don't have to have sex with people to make them feel like they had an orgasm, I was like, what the fuck? This is powerful.
It's funny that you say that because a lot of people that I interview, I feel like they fall in love with me.
Mm.
Not like in a literal sense, but like in a way they do.
Mm-hmm.
And I be trying to figure out like what it is. Maybe it's the wine, or maybe, but it's the fact that I be looking at them in their eyes and we have these deep conversations and like I'm stimulating you mentally. And I think a lot of people don't get these type of conversations. So sitting with somebody for an hour or two and it's like, I don't know, I feel like that we're really connected. Like we don't go past that, but I feel like we become friends.
Right.
Like I used to wonder like that, what the fuck?
I feel like you would be an easy guy to fall in love with, you know? I think
Mm-hmm.
because there aren't a lot of people that value women, you know? There are not a lot of men that, even as small as it may seem, is opening the door for women. There's not a lot of men that are making women feel heard and feel understood, feel seen. So That's a superpower. You know, a lot of women are walking in this world and they feel like they're not being seen. They feel like they aren't cared about. So if you have a person that you know, that takes the time to listen, that's the game. If men sat down and listened to women, you can get the pussy more than just you trying to flex money and flex what you have. But you know, like I said, talking is a thing that we don't do. You'll go on a date with somebody and they on their phone. If I go on a date with somebody on their phone, I damn near might leave, because I'm spending my energy here with you. I could be on my phone, but I'm here with you. Let's if you value my time, value my energy, value my space, but value who I am as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even if it's just for this moment. So I think, yeah, and when you have someone that is a good listener, that is a good speaker, that makes you feel seen and heard, how could you not? You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be easy to just want to give him whatever he wants.
Too bad I don't abuse that power.
Yeah, too bad for you.
Too bad I don't abuse it.
You know, but you definitely could. You know, that's why I said this is a powerful podcast, because men could just watch, you know, how you communicate, how you listen, how you respond, how you carry yourself. I mean, I know they can't really just see that from a podcast, how you carry yourself, but men can watch this podcast and understand how to be better men, right? Because a lot of men didn't grow up with fathers. A lot of men didn't grow up. They got a lot of grown boys in this world. You know what I'm saying? So they need someone to look up to, that I know that is saying something positive. You know, that is teaching them something different than what the world is spewing out into this world. That's teaching them how to be gods and real men, how to listen to women, how to treat women. That's important. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas, even grown men need father figures. You know, so it might seem like it's just, you know, just talking and having these conversations, but I think that you're doing way more than you know, like, you're inspiring people to be better them if they take heed. But you know, it's hella people, it's hundreds of thousands of people watching. Somebody gonna take heed and be a better them, you know. So, you know, even if you're helping 100 people, 200 people, you're being a disciple, you know, and you're all white.
I mean, in the beginning, I didn't understand the power of it. Um, as I started doing it more and being more conscious of who I had on, conversations I was having, things that I wear, and like how people responded to it, so I understood like what it was doing to people. People was really looking forward to these conversations. And if you're a guy looking at this, watching this, and you pay attention to like what I'm saying, what I'm doing, my mannerisms, my eye contact, the wine, and just listening. Like you could take so much from this podcast, and not just me talking to women and letting women speak. It's how men should be with women. Like, and I think it's so much, like, it's so much, um, it's so much of a negative pull, because everything is about fuck bitches. Everything is about like the opposite sex going against each other. Everything is about men having multiple women, women using men for money, but nothing like real, like nothing, because it's so much deeper than that. Yeah, I bring it up on my podcast because that's what's going on. That's it's just life. But you gotta give them. I gotta give them like more. And there's other people that that broadcast that, but I think my demographic, I got a lot of niggas that's like in the hood,
Right.
a lot of young niggas, a lot of people still trying to find themselves for real, and I gotta give them both of that, because if I give them too much of the of like the real, it ain't gonna seem they can't connect with that, can't relate. So I gotta talk to strippers. I gotta talk to like these girls that you deem bad as fuck, and then I gotta give them real, and then you gotta understand like when I'm telling you, like, I don't be trying these women, like, you don't have to either. Like, you can befriend women. You can you can build with women without having sex with them. I don't know though. I just thought about it. This is what the podcast is for though.
People, and they need that. Everybody needs somebody to look up to, you know, in a way. I don't know. Whether that be God, the person I look to is up is God. I don't have no idols. I don't have no, you know, but some people need that. Some people don't have that discernment to know what to do and let their intellect tell them, guide them, and tell them what to do. Some people need another person to say, hey, this is how you're supposed to do it. This is, I came from this, I did this, and you can too. Some people need that, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's nothing small about what you're doing. It's nothing at all, you know, because you're spewing a whole different message. You know, you're teaching men that you don't have to have sex to be valuable. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to eat all these crazy different things. You can eat right. You can eat raw and still be a king, still be a godly man. You know, you don't have to do all of these different things. Like, look at me. I'm not doing them, and look at me. You know, you're not just talking about it. You're a true testament. You know, a true example. But not perfect at the end of the day, and imperfection is important.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're perfect, people think, damn, like, oh, you got it all together. But it's like, no, I didn't always have it all together. You know, I'm imperfect just like you, and that's what makes me relatable. So I never want to sprue perfection. If anything, I want to sprue imperfection. That's all that I can really relate to. That's all I've ever been is imperfect. Nothing about me is perfect. Nothing about anyone is perfect. But what we see is different. Like, if I'm on Instagram every day, I think that this is perfection, right? Like, so that's how I'm trying to live my life, thinking that shit is perfect. Ain't shit perfect in nobody's life. You're seeing glimpses of their best moments. They're not showing you when they're sad, when they're none of that. That's why, you know, it's important to talk about it. You know, everybody has bad days. Everybody has days, like you said, when you just want to relax and you don't want your energy. You just want to relax your energy. You want to relax your mind. You don't want to have tasks. Everybody has those days. You know, but we gotta be real enough and be honest enough to say that, so somebody else can feel comfortable having a bad day sometimes, or having an off day sometimes. You know? I don't think, you know. I don't know. I don't think sex should be the goal. You know, so much more than that. I feel like you should be friends with people. Oh, do I vibe with you? Do I like you? Man, I don't even like you. What do I look like? If you don't like them, don't fuck them. If you don't like her, don't fuck her. If there's gonna be somebody that you like and that you can fuck and that value you all in one, you just gotta be a little bit patient. You know?
Patience is the virtue.
But it's, like I said, it's not easy. Nothing that I'm talking about, nothing that, you know, it's easy. It should take time. It should take, you know, trial and error. You know, but even when it comes down to credit, you learn these different things so someone else doesn't have to learn them all over again. I may have bumped my head 1,000 times trying to figure this out, but so you don't have to. So just like anything else in life, I done already bumped my head, and that's why I'm telling you about these things. Why I'm telling you not to do these things. Some things I've just been lucky enough to avoid. When it comes to having discipline regarding sex, it's just some things I just never really had to. I didn't have to fuck 10 niggas, 9 niggas, 8 niggas, 7 niggas. I didn't have to fuck none of that to have this, to understand it. I just, you know. But at the end of the day, sometimes you need to bump your head. You need to bump your head. You need to bump your head to understand what's right and what's wrong. So I'm not saying don't bump your head. Bump your head. But get up and don't bump it again. You know? Real. At least don't bump it the same way. Shoot. Like, use your mind to get, you know, use your intuition. Real. Real. And don't let good looks sway you. Like, there's so many people, 8 billion, I said, I think 8 billion people in this world. A lot of them look good. All of them aren't good.
All of them aren't good.
And we know what's good. We feel it. We know. We know. We know. Like, we know. I know you're not good for me, but damn, you fine. I know you're not good for me, but damn, you got a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? I know you're not good for me, but you could potentially help me get to where I gotta go. It's not worth it.
It's a great conversation.
It is. Or maybe it is worth it. I don't know. Like I said, everybody's life is different. I can't tell you what's worth it in your life. Because at the end of the day, everybody's not meant for the same thing.
Mm-mm.
We need, I'm sorry to say, we need killers, we need drug dealers, we need homeless people, we need all these people. Because sometimes if you're riding around and you see a homeless person, you're like, damn, glad that it ain't me. And I'm going to strive to make sure that ain't never me.
It's about polarity. You need good, you need evil.
Yes. Yes.
You need rich, you need poor.
Yes.
It's the way it is.
Right. So that's why I can't tell you not to do these things. I can tell you that I don't do these things. I can't tell you not to. I really can't. Because my life might not apply to yours.
Well, I hope y'all stay to the end. Hope y'all gain something from this conversation. Just know that within every one of you guys are gods, and you can create the life that you want to create. It's a mindset. You can attract anything and everything. You can be exactly who you want to be. And I'm a living example of that. Some people will watch me and they'll watch my journey. Oh damn, I seen where you started, bro. You had, like X amount of followers, a certain amount of subscribers. Like, damn, you're doing great. Like, damn, I see where you're going. You'll watch somebody else, you know, make their life. But you got the same power. Like, you can do the same exact thing.
Yes. We all got that power. If you believe it, you really have to. Having faith and believing is two different things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to really have faith and you have to believe in this shit. Like, you can't just say, huh? Like, that's why it's important how you even speak. If somebody around me and they cool with me, I even correct them on the way that they speak. Like, not in a negative way, but if you're saying you want to do something, don't say wanna, don't say gonna. You're going, like, it's happening. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even how we speak is so powerful. So I think pay attention to who you have around you. Pay attention to what they're speaking into you or not speaking into you, and understand that all that you have and all that you want to be is already happening. It already could be. You just haven't unlocked it yet. You ain't spoke the right words yet. You ain't listened to the right music yet. You ain't put the right things inside of you yet to unlock it, but it's in there. Dig deep and find it and get it out. And when you get it out, don't stop. Keep going. But it's in there. And make sure you pay attention to what you say. If you want it, say I have it. Not I'm going to get it, not I hope I get it, not I might. You got it.
Rich and Unemployed, the podcast. Until next time, we out.